Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome back to ETS2. Nope, still not the main series, but close enough, close enough. We are checking out a new trailer today, the Pacton Container trailer. You might have seen this already. It's become quite famous in the past few days. It was released a couple of days ago, and I decided to give it a go. And of course, we are still in our Renault because of EVR's beautiful, beautiful sounds. Now this skin in particular that I chose, NYK Logistics, I see a very similar skin or some very similar containers in real life here in Singapore where I'm from. It's a bit different though. It's called Yusen Logistics, and I think NYK owns Yusen Logistics. Actually the Y stands for Yusen. Yeah, Nippon Yusen something. There, it's listed there. Very nice. So let's take this for a spin. We are currently in Sweden though, and we'll be going to some ferries to drop off the goods. Good. Alright, that looks good. Perfect time to start the journey. You good there? Yes. Let me get on some lights, it's still a bit dark. We'll be picking it up from Freya, I believe, and then we'll be taking it to a ferry somewhere in Gothenburg. And as always, my pronunciation is pretty crappy probably. I am not familiar with the Swedish pronunciation rules. And in this episode, we will be focusing on Q&A because I'm a bit behind. That's a bit of an understatement, but I'm a bit behind when it comes to answering your questions. So we'll focus on that for this episode. And you guys let me know. And if you have more questions, feel free to post it in the Discord server questions channel. Or if you don't have access to Discord, you can simply post it here in YouTube. Just comment it and I will take care of adding it to the list. Yeah, there we go. That's the pickup point. Transport and logistics. Oh, look at that, guys. Clumsy trucking. Yeah, that's one of the updates that I had. If you are subscribed to the Clumsy trucking skin in the Steam Workshop, I put an update a couple of days ago. The Clumsy trucking skins are now available in the AI traffic. So as you drive along, you'll see some trucks hauling with trailers with the Clumsy trucking skins. Very nice. So we'll be taking smoked sprats from Karlskrona to Gothenburg. Or is that Göteborg? I forgot. 17 tons of them. Those look like fish. Not sure what the sprats is, but yeah, it looks like some kind of fish. Now where is my trailer? Well, my trailer is at my back. Where's my load? There we go. Good here? Yes. And yeah, this container is pretty nice because it's a very familiar thing for me. Here in Singapore, where I don't know the exact stats, but Singapore is a very, very, very small country. We don't have our own products mostly. We import almost everything. And since we are surrounded by bodies of water, most of them come from ship. So most of them come in these container type things. So we see a lot of these. And actually I passed by the Yusen Logistics company on my way when I go to Mrs. Clumsy's office. For like when we're having lunch or something like that. The trailer itself, the mod, was made by MD Modder. And it's not very customizable, but it does look pretty good. It has a couple of skins, like not only NYK. There are a couple of skins there that you might be familiar with. Hyundai and some other maybe European skins. I haven't really checked it in detail. But this is the one which caught my attention. In terms of accessories though, it's pretty bare. Cannot really change like the side skirts or anything. It's default. Cannot change anything at the back, but I'm sure in the future that will change. Come to think of it, how does this even work? if I put my container here, how do they load that? Well, I guess there's still, yeah, it's possible. There's still a door there after all. But usually these containers are coming directly from the ship and being loaded on top of these trucks, right? Something like that. There we go. We are good to go. 6 a.m. Perfect time to start a journey. Karlskrona on the way. Yeah, that's fine. And this is not, we don't have pro mods enabled, right? Just to make it clear, because this is 1.32, and with 1.32 pro mods is not yet compatible. We're still in the beta of 1.32 for those who are wondering. There we go. And of course we'll take some photos somewhere. I do like that look. Very nice textures in that container. Very dark. I was looking for some videos the other day, and I was looking for like a relaxing video because I wanted to sleep. Wanted to get like some ASMR feels, and in the end I kind of thought about it. I was like, why don't I watch my own video? I don't usually do it, but at that time I was looking for an ASMR truck feel. So I thought, hey, I just released that silent trucking, that ASMR trucking episode with the Renault Premium the other day. Maybe I listen to it, maybe I get relaxed. And it actually was pretty effective. I mean, with my headphones on, just listening instead of driving, just listening to all those sounds, it was pretty relaxing and I was able to sleep very well. So it is effective. Although you guys suggested that for the silent trucking videos, the ASMR videos, that I remove the ads in the middle of the video, which makes a lot of sense because some of you are like getting relaxed in the middle, suddenly an ad pops up, kind of gets rid of all that relaxed feeling. So I think moving forward, I'll disable all ads in the middle for the silent trucking episodes. Instead, you'll be getting them at the beginning and at the end. And I guess that's reasonable enough, right? I think that works well. So thank you for that suggestion. Really makes a lot of sense. Yes, let's go. Also, before we go to Q&A, some news. So if you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll know that I've been very actively lurking, if there's such a thing, in the SCS forums. And I think we have our photo up right here now. This looks very good, because the bridge looks very good. So I've been very active in the very actively lurking in the SCS forums. So I pick up a few things here and there, and oh, there is a van at the back. That's fine. And there is this recent controversy with the next-gen textures. You know that I've been very much a fan of Project Next Gen. Currently it's in 1.3 beta, and there is a bit of news from the author. I think he's, what is his name, Damien. He initially said that the future versions, like the 1.3 official release, will now be a paid mod, €5 for the textures. And a lot of people really gave him gave him a bad time about it. Lots of violent or a bit bordering on the offensive comments on the forums. I felt really bad for the guy, but I do understand where the guys are coming from. And in the end, the good thing is he kind of realized it as well, I guess. And so he said he'll be making it free. So it's still going to be a free mod. It's just going to be donation based. And I think he already got a couple of donations already, even before releasing the latest version. So that's a win for everybody. Yeah, that's a very generous way of modeling it, making it donation based instead. So thanks a lot, Damien, and I hope I got your name right. But yes, what I'm using right now is 1.3 beta, so you're seeing the improved textures, the improved vegetation. Granted, the vegetation, the trees, I think come from Rafael BC. If you remember his mod, the Files mod, over at the Steam Workshop, I think many of the models come from there. Many of the textures, rather. That's what I think. And I forgot something. You guys recommended before, actually, I think it was Phantom, about the shifting for European trucks. I mentioned this in the previous episode. I think it was an ATS episode. The shifter fast split here. So I have this ALMAR SKRS shifter, which has that shifting, that split, low or high. And for European trucks, it should be clutch press. Because for American trucks, if I change the switch from low to high, like that, if I let go of the accelerator, if I let go of the gas, throttle, then the gear already shifts immediately. But for European trucks, they say, in order to really execute that shift, I can press it earlier, I can switch earlier like that, but it will only take into effect when I actually step on the clutch. So that's how it should be. Yeah, for example, 4L, I'm at 4L. Then I flick the switch, but it will not go to 4H until I step on the clutch. Right? That's what I mean. In ATS, in American trucks mainly, like here, let's see, I'm at 6L right now. If I want to go to 6H, I go to switch that, and then I step on the clutch, and now I'm on 6H. That's mainly how it works. In the US, most of the American trucks activate that shift even if you just let go of the accelerator. So you can go from 6L to 6H just by letting go of the gas for a second. Flick it, let go of the gas, and it switches already. So I have to get used to this more accurate European style. Initially, I didn't want to do it because I thought that ETS and ATS only supported the throttle thing. But apparently you can force it to only recognize the clutch press. And if there's a possibility like that, then I want that for maximum realism and immersion, right? So go and check it out. If you have an H shifter, if you have a wheel and shifter, try out this method. This is the real way of driving a manual European truck. Okay, and finally, let's go to the Q&A. That's a lot of preamble, I know, but let's go to the Q&A. So we still have some questions from Sulfur. So we started this series, I think, quote-unquote series. Oh crap, good thing he didn't book me, because I was speeding and didn't notice the speed change. Didn't see the 50 speed limit sign. Because we are approaching city. So we started this series a couple of, I think the last ATS episode, the last Q&A. And if you want to see all the Q&A episodes, you just go to my channel, and there is a search feature in there, right? And then you can put in Q&A, as in letter Q, the ampersand, the and icon, or character, Clumsy Trucking. There you go. And A. Q&A, and enclose that in brackets, and you'll get all the episodes that have Q&A portions in them. So in the last Q&A, we started with this, like, what is your favorite company for blank, and different kinds of categories. Now we continue with that. Oh, there you go, the black version. Oh, I like this, seeing all those Clumsy Trucking trailers. Although that would mean I would always look left and look like that. And one more. Well, Clumsy Trucking is really very famous here in these parts. That's good. Alright. But yes, we still see some of the original trailers, so it's not bad. It's a good mix. So the question now is, what is your favorite company for food? And for food, I wonder how I should answer that. I mean, Because food company, meaning like fast food chains, restaurants and whatnot, maybe. Wait a minute, let me just focus here. Wow, that stuff. Okay, good. No one there? Let me just get through this. Okay, good. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. It takes a bit of getting used to that new clutch press shifting. So, food. How do we do that? Do we look for exact companies like McDonald's or something? I don't know. Maybe I can share some companies that I like. But if we're talking about cuisine in general, some of you might know. My favorite, absolute favorite, no question about it, is Thai food. Thai food. No question about it. And that looks good, doesn't it? Oh, speeding. Let's cruise for a bit. So yeah, if it's cuisine, then it's Thai food. If it's actual companies, then I do like getting my McDonald's every now and then. It's happy food. It's unhealthy food, but from time to time, when you're stressed, when you want to relax, when you just want to, YOLO for a bit, yeah, you can go and that's what we do sometimes. Every few weeks, maybe. Wow, nice overtaking skills, bro. A bit too close. So we do get our McDonald's fix every like 2 or 3 weeks, or it's not really fixed, but whenever we feel like it, not too often. And we usually get like a McFlurry or a Sundae or whatever, just to get away from the healthy eating from time to time, just so we wouldn't feel too deprived or feel too bad about ourselves, something like that. So McDonald's is definitely in there. One more, which is similar in aspects, it's also a fast food chain, but you're probably not familiar with it. It's the most famous, it's the #1 fast food chain in the Philippines. You might have heard about it. It's called Jollibee. And they have this absolutely beautiful fried chicken. Super good. And it actually beats McDonald's back in the Philippines. Like, imagine like a fast food chain beating McDonald's. Yeah, that's how famous it is back at home. Renault Premium. Let me slow down a bit here. Coming up at an intersection. Maybe just cruise along. And then maybe... yeah, that's fine. Just cruise along and save up on some diesel. Although I think I'm getting a bit too slow now. Yeah, I might have cruised a bit too long in there. That's fine. Okay, one sec. Let me focus a bit. There we go. I didn't even need to hit the retarder in there. Ooh, that's a bit too close. Please don't snag any signs. Did I snag anything? Almost, but not quite, I think. Well, at least I didn't hear anything. Clumsy trucking, there you go. I like that. So yes, it comes with white and black skins. And it's part of AI traffic. They haul those default SES, new SES box trailers from 1.32. Oh, did you hear that? When our truck like shaked a little, it sounded like a bottle of water chugging around. That was nice. That was nice. The Clumsy Trucking AI trailers I'm also planning to add for ATS, but Still haven't had time to work on that for now. Okay, wait our turn here. Why does everyone have their lights on? Maybe it's in Sweden, is it required to have your lights on every time? It does look like it because it's not raining. It is pretty early. Still, they have their lights on. But if you have DRLs, it should be fine. It should be good enough, I think. Although for us, we do have our lights on, so when in Rome, do what the Romans do. That's the code, right? That's the idiom. Alright, but yes, going back to the food topic. What else? Aside from fast food, restaurant chains? Nothing really specific, I guess. Although I do like to eat out. I'm a bit of a foodie, but I don't like those. I don't like so much those super fancy restaurants. You know, like the chef who is like a Michelin star restaurant. I mean, I'm sure they taste good, but being a cheapskate and all, I would probably regret it a bit and have very high standards, because if I pay so much, it will be very hard to meet up to those expectations. And even if they do, what I hate about those fine dining things is they usually have these very small portions. You know what I'm talking about? Like, okay, this is a Michelin star restaurant, and it serves yada yada yada, and you look at the plate, you look at the pictures, and it's like the plate is how do you measure it? Like a few inches in diameter, like a whole pizza, but the actual food is only like in 2 inches of diameter. It's like a very very small portion is the food part, and the rest is the plate, and it's called plating. It's called it's a fancy way of presenting the food, but the food itself, it's not very huge portion. So I like getting full. So I like tasty food, but I like tasty food that makes me full. So I'm not a huge fan of those, and they usually cost so much. So I would rather go to a much cheaper restaurant that fills me up and gives me a happy tummy, and gives good taste to boot. After all, I don't have such sophisticated taste buds that I can distinguish the super fine elements in there. So I'm a pretty shallow guy. I mean, I'm very easy to please. You just put in decent food in there, Clumsy trucking, and I'm happy already. Just put in decent food, make sure there's plenty of them, and yes, I'm happy. So that's why I love like these how do you say, not fancy Thai restaurants. For example, you know that I told you guys that my favorite is Thai food, but when I look for Thai food, I don't look for that high-end fancy Thai restaurant. I look for this homey Thai restaurant, this homey Thai place that feels like it's homemade. You know, it's not fancy looking. It looks very simple. If there's air conditioning, then that's perfect. But some of the most authentic ones don't have air conditioning even. And in Singapore, in Southeast Asian countries, usually not having aircon is a bit. It can be hard to eat there, especially if it's lunchtime. But it is possible. Some very nice Thai restaurants are like that. So yeah, I would definitely go to those more than the Michelin star ones. So recently we got like a few Michelin star places. Oh, I can go to 80 here now. Here in Singapore, we even had some like hawker food in here, like simple hawker food getting Michelin stars. But I'm not a huge fan of Michelin stars. I don't know why. For me, they're a bit like hype-ish, like just the hype. But I'm not very confident that you cannot find anything. Like, I am a bit skeptic that they are really the best. Like, I feel like either they're not really the best, there are some in there that are not as famous but just as good or even better, or maybe just because my taste buds aren't sophisticated enough to distinguish, to notice the difference anyway. So down to 70 here. We're almost there. Wow, time flies, huh? Ow. Come on, just 70. No, it's 80 again. Oh, this is confusing. Okay, I haven't quite understood Sweden's speed limit changes so much yet. Whoop whoop. Oh, that's so scary. Yeah, so I much prefer those like home-cooked style restaurants. And the perfect balance between ambiance, like having a comfortable restaurant, like air conditioning, not too shabby interiors, you know, that doesn't feel like it's going to come apart at any second. You know, it looks stable, but I don't need like a candlelit dinner or something like that. Nothing fancy, just decent. And just focus on the food, focus on the serving size, and things like that. Wow, so many Clumsy trucking skins. And one more there, the white one then. Wow, we're even more famous than... Wait a minute, what's happening here? There's a conspiracy here. I think it's... I don't think I've done anything wrong there. It might be more of an SCS logic. Like, it can only load a specific number of skins at a time. And maybe those two skins loaded up. I'm not really sure. Or maybe I did it wrong and I made it to... I overwritten some skins. I don't think so. Yeah, we'll see. I think it's just a matter of, because in modding those trailer skins, I had to create technically a different type of trailer. So there are these SCS trailers and there are now these like Clumsy trailers. So maybe it loads the same amount of SCS and Clumsy trailers, randomizes them. And if it's an SCS trailer, there are many skins to choose from. But if you are a Clumsy trailer, there's only 2 skins to choose from. So maybe that's why. That's why we see the Clumsy trucking skins more often, because they're balanced out with the rest of the SCS trailers. If you get what I mean. There, that's a different skin finally. Just cruising along. No retarder necessary. Yeah. Yeah, that should be fine. Although here might be helpful having a bit of retarder help and engine braking as well. That's more like it. Oh, that's the perfect combination. Man, I like that combination. It's even better looking than our truck. That shade of blue goes perfectly with that. And that one I actually didn't mod that in. Like, I didn't care about what the truck would look like. I only put in those trailers. So I guess it's the game who randomizes the color of the trucks and whatnot. Maybe we just got lucky and it had a very perfect combination there. That looks really good, doesn't it? Nice. So if you want to check it out, if you want many Clumsy trucking trailers on your game, make sure to subscribe to the mod in the Steam Workshop. And as always, it is always in the mods list. You can check it out in the mods list. Slow down a bit. There we go. Yes. Okay, so yes, we only answered one topic this episode, because food is always an interesting topic. I can talk about food every single time. Oh. Oh, looks like we'll catch up to the guy. That's nice. Very nice. In all its beauty. Nice truck, bro. Nice truck. I like that. Now, and I kind of envy him a bit now. I think it should be that should be my truck and this should be his truck. There we go. Delivering this to a ferry. Where though? Oh, there. I see it. Ah, yes, I remember this spot. This is actually where you come from there in the ferry, and then you go straight, and then you should go left to the road. But like 9 times out of 10 when I go through here, I end up in there because I look at the GPS. It says go left at some point, but I always miss my turn here. Anyway, if you guys are familiar with modding, if you have an idea, maybe I did something wrong with the modding. Maybe I have too many Clumsy trucking skins out there, because I'm seeing a lot and I'm not sure if it's normal. Maybe I just notice more, you know, that like phenomenon, like let's say you're trying to look for a new car and you're eyeing a specific brand, like let's say, how do you say, like a Chevrolet Cruze. Yeah, you want to buy that. You tend to notice more of those on the road when you're looking for something specific. Like, oh, a lot of people own that, and like you're going to think that, oh, it's becoming famous nowadays. But actually, it's not. It's the same. It's just that you're more in tune with them. It's just you're more paying attention to them. But actually, they are as famous as they've been before. So it's all about your focus, your attention. Now this thing, not sure if I'm reading that right, and that is wrong definitely. It's a bit hard to see the lines from afar. Oh, there it is. Okay, I see. Steer a bit here. I do like those side markers on that trailer. I like that. Double side markers. Yeah, that looks better. Straighten it up. That's a bit too much actually. Yeah, it's a bit too much. Are you going to hit anything? I hope not. There's a trailer there. I hope I don't hit you. Yeah, it's fine. I think we can still correct it. You will see. There we go. Let me straighten it up just for perfection. There we go. Good. We are good. Nice. Textbook parking. Kinda-ish. Do we have any other jobs in here? We have a lot. What company is that? First time I've seen that, I think. From Stena Line going to anywhere else. Well, we'll see. Oh, and by the way, I'm not sure if I updated you already. There was a recent build that came out on the 1.32 beta. They fixed the economy problem, the stutters. So I was able to hire all my drivers again, and yeah, Kirales and Squirrel are back. They are full 10.0 ratings. They're earning me a lot of money. Look at this guy. Look at Kirales. He's earning 27.11 euros per kilometer. He's earning more than I am. He's that good. Goodness. And he has a Scania. And Squirrel has a Scania S as well. So very fitting for them. Good. Right. But yes, I'm happy to hear that that's fixed now again. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next episode. Hopefully you liked that one. If you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button, subscribe, comment, and all that stuff. Check out my Patreon, right? Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice one. Catch you in the comment section and on Discord and on the next video. Thanks, and Clumsy Trucking. That's a bit loud, I'm sorry. Bye-bye.